I wish that Mr. Fly Lord. Ja wierną moje tam gdzie te nieba, noc na ladonie, noc na ladonie mają nieba.
And spanking new Lexus SUV. How is that possible? Integrate into the same neighborhood that I worked my entire life to get into. I don't understand it.
Why? Oh, yeah. Here's this guy right here in his brand new Lexus.
There he is,
there
right
he
there.
Is, right there. That guy right there. That's a
look at that vehicle.
Yeah, that's an immigrant.
That's an immigrant with $100,000 Lexus.
Yeah.
Yo, so we back in here for another edition of F-ya-Motha. And just as a sidebar before I get into the mix, anybody that says vehicle is a moron. But in any event, this right here is racism and white supremacy. Now, this is what black people talk about when we talk about institutional and systematic racism, because it may be a police officer, a judge, a doctor that has the same frame of thinking, and then they have a profession where they have to deal with you and they do their job not competently, or without competence, and you become collateral damage, right? This train of thinking, jealousy, envy, hatred. They're worried about an immigrant. Now, I don't know if this is a skit, and it don't really matter. That's not necessarily important. Just what they're depicting. Now, I did my investigation. It's a real video. They really were doing an interview with somebody, and an immigrant nigga, I don't know what he was, Mexican, African. He wasn't European, right? They had a problem that the man was driving a $100,000 car, and they vocalized it. Now, I don't come from that school of being a fucking hater. I believe in getting your money up, like not worried about, I don't pocket watch. So what the next man or woman got, I never gave a fuck. No matter how bad I'm doing in life, your goal and my goal has always been to focus on me, right? Because if you focus on you, you can fix you. If you focus on somebody else, you'll never fix you. So there's no point on focus on what another motherfucker got. Then I've never been a materialistic person, right? I like cars, I like clothes, I like jewelry, right? But that's not like the end all be all of me as a person. Like, if I never get a Rolex, I'll be fine. If I never get to drive in a Bentley, I'll be cool. Like, it's just certain shit that just, it don't move me. Truth be told, if I was to become rich, like, I probably would dress the same way I dress. I probably would drive my same car. I would tighten it up, right? Get a paint job, shit like that. But that's about it. I wouldn't go. I like cars. They look cool, but I'm not a collector. I don't want a Bugatti. I've never used none of that shit to get women, right? Cars, clothes, jewelry, hell, even money. I let a bitch believe that I'm broke. It don't make me no never mind. Cause I'm a student of the church and I roll off the ism. If she gonna like me, she gonna like me, not the shit that I got. Cause money doesn't unlame a lame. And people that got all that shit, like Drake, you strip all of it away, what you left with? A fucking lame. So, and I've had stuff and it's been taken or I've lost it, and women still feel me. I don't want to lose shit and then women be like, oh, I wasn't feeling him. Like, nah, they gonna feel me whether I got that shit or if I don't. So these are just fucking haters, but internet is exposing a lot of shit. It's showing how people really feel. Black people been saying this, right? Because like white folks don't hate niggas out of just osmosis, right? It comes from something. In the roaring 20s, they was hating black people, lynching them and shit. In the 40s, they was lynching black people because they were like, during the the 1930s, during the Great Depression, most black people couldn't put their money in banks. So when the stock market crashed, black folks had their paper under the mattress, and there wasn't no credit cards then. So motherfuckers was hating. A bunch of niggas was lynched. What else? The 1980s, the government brought the cocaine in thinking they was gonna make us all drug heads, and there was a few niggas that like got their hustle up and was pushing kilos, and they mass incarcerated them, even though they was the ones that was actually bringing the dope in. So it's always been like that. It's not something that's lost on me. They're just vocalizing it, and I never understood how broke ass white people end up that way. I'm in Atlanta. Every time I see a broke poor ass white person, shit blows my mind, because like, how the fuck you end up like that? Never mind the fact that they be having a dog. So you homeless and you got a dog, you got 2 mouths to feed, you worried about the wrong roof. But you know, never let logic get in the way of a good scam. And I know white people are going to see this and be like, oh, we're all people, there can be poor white people, and doesn't have anything to do with race. It doesn't. However, being immersed around people that look like you, that give you a leg up, give you jobs when you're not like eligible for the shit, sneak you into colleges, disregard your bad grades, doctor up phony documents to get you admitted into Ivy League schools, like Lori McLaughlin from Family Matter. I think it was Full House. Doctored up her girl's or daughter's paperwork to get into college, fudged her grades and shit. Got found out, got hit with a restitution fee from the FBI. Bitch didn't do no jail time. I think if she did do time, it was like 6 months in a minimum security prison. So yeah, like the fact that you're immersed in white society where people actually go out on a limb and help you out, even though you're mediocre as fuck. And that's not all white people, don't get it twisted. I have some white friends, so for people come from me, I'm not dissing all white people, and white supremacy doesn't necessarily have to do with an individual white person or even white people. It's an ideology carried about by racists. So the fact that they're actually verbalizing that I work, first of all, before I even get into that shit or even make mention of it, my man said he's trying to figure out how he got in a community that he worked his whole life to get into. First of all, sir, you're a white man. How the fuck did you work your whole life to get into a community you were already in? Goes to show that even the white people didn't like his stupid ass. Because they made Brad, dumbass, work to get into the community he was already associated with. Like, he ain't had to do shit. All he had to do was just get his money and his credit up and slide in. They weren't even going to do a good background check. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like, I'm glad that we got the internet. You know what I'm saying? Salute Steve Jobs. I know he's not the person that invented the internet, but he's made apparatuses like the Apple phone, which is conducive to social media apps. Him, Mark Zuckerberg, and that Jack Doherty nigga, I think that's his name, that made Twitter. Salute all these niggas, because now all the racism or hate and jealousy that we always knew was there, right? Was even said in front of us, but no cameras and shit, no social media apps. Now there is, so it's being exposed, and as it should be. In any event, if y'all like this episode, you know what to do, and I'm out.